Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Ken's Cards. It's always the topic, how did I get to where I'm at today, flipping cards, selling them and buying them on eBay and whatever else I had to do to get cards. But before I get into that, I'm thinking I'm going to start today with a couple pet peeves. Just things that kind of happened today to where I feel like I need to get it off my chest. You know what I'm saying? The first thing was I spent all day. Usually I do these videos in the morning time, but it's in the afternoon now because I was out all day doing yard work. Now, I'm in Michigan, clearly, and it was snowing in May. Snowing. Wow. So you can't be like, man, I can't wait for it to get warm. Man, I can't wait for it. But you better watch what you wish for, because now I got all kinds of work to do outside. Before it was cold out, you know. I think I had to shovel snow twice this year, but it was cold, but I had to shovel snow twice. Now it's warm out and it's great, but man, I'll be out there and I can't speak for any other man on this planet, but for this guy, my yard means everything to me. I take amazing care with my yard. And, you know, we always get put in for the Area Beautification Award, and we win it all the time. You know, and that's just pride in your yard. The good news is, you know, both people, my right and my left, they take care of their lawn. But 2 houses down, as you go outside, I've had to call the city on them twice. And I'm not typically that guy. But when it's an eyesore. You know, we got a beautiful block. Then all of a sudden, boom, this one yard in the middle of the block, a bunch of lazy people, and their grass is like 1.5 feet tall. And I'm not kidding you. This is kind of the stuff that you got industrial size lawnmower, you know, you see out in the middle of the country, you know, in a ride lawnmower with being pulled by a tractor type of length, you know. And when you look over there, I mean, it's not as tall right now, but it sometime this year it will be. You know, I guarantee I'll have to call the city again. But right now, their entire yard is yellow. Dandelion heaven. And, you know, so they're half yellow and half white already. And so now it's just, and it's windy outside, so how many of those dang seeds, there's millions of seeds flying all over the place. And that explains why no matter how much fertilizer I put down, it just seems like I'm always pulling dandelions. It's not that bad. Usually on the edges, and that's kind of where the seeds just blow up and root in right there, you know. So it's not that bad for me. But can you imagine being that guy that lives right next to that family? Oh, man, poor guy. Poor guy, poor guy. The other thing is, though, is the internet. I could almost stop right there, but I'm not gonna, because I like to talk. While I'm down here getting all this stuff ready, I did sell a couple cards, and then I sold another one just as I was down here prepping everything while I was getting those ready. So I logged in and sent up a signal to print out a label. It's literally right above me. The only thing separating me from my modem, from my Wi-Fi, is this floor. And I guess it must be made out of steel, because for whatever reason, I could not print from down here in the basement to my Wi-Fi that's sitting right above my head. How is that even possible? I don't even get it. You know, I'm not going to tell you how much money I'm paying for cable internet, but it's crazy expensive. And I'm paying for 1,000 megabytes. Now, I remember complaining in the past. It seems like I complain a lot, don't I? But anyway, you know, you want what you pay for, right? So I call them up, you know, and I'm like, hey, I went on my own computer and my phone I went to one on my phone, and then I went to one on my internet, you know, test your speed. And I used 2 different places, and they were about identical. I'm paying for 1,000, and I'm nowhere even near the upload and the download where I should be based on what I'm paying for. You know, so they're like, okay, sir. We'll send a technician out there. So the guy shows up at my house. You know, he's a real nice guy. Comes in there, and he has his own little computer right there, and then he does his own speed test. And I noticed that it was the company that I'm using for my internet. It was their test. It was their website to test my internet in this house, and it's almost perfect. It's almost a perfect reading. You know, and I'm like, that is such a crock of crap. Are you kidding me? So you're telling me that all these other ones out here check my speed, test my speed, this that whatever website you use to test your speed, that they're all so far off, but according to your computer that you're using with your own company's testing web page, somehow yours is showing like, well, I don't know what you're complaining about. I'll tell you what I'm complaining about. When I'm sitting here in my house all by myself and I had to pull out my phone and I play my games on my phone and I have to sometimes turn off my Wi-Fi because it's so bad that the game on my video, if I turn off and I start using my own data, turn off the Wi-Fi, works flawlessly. I turn on my Wi-Fi and I don't know. Like I said, I could. That's enough. I could talk about that all day. You can comment below and tell me how you feel about these situations. You know, but like I said, I'm a yard guy. I love my yawn. There's just it's something I take pride in. One other thing I'd like to talk about real quick before I get into the agenda for today is this jersey behind me right here. It's technically not a jersey. It's an actual Army uniform that I don't know if you can see right here either, but this is Vince McMahon. And it says McMahon and WWE. And he came out to Iraq with a bunch of wrestlers and was signing autographs. And I walked up to him. I said, hey, is there any way that I could trade you for the top you're wearing for a top it's my top, but everybody in the shop signed it and saying, hey, thank you for coming out and signing autographs and we love you and this and that. And on behalf of, Blasey 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 Company, the Signal Corps, and, we'd like to present this to you in exchange for the top that you're wearing. I'm a huge memorabilia guy, as you can clearly see. And he's signing autographs, and he's kind of looking back and listening to what I'm saying, and he finally goes, just stand over there for a second. We're almost done. I'll talk to you in a minute. So he comes walking up, and I'm telling you, man, I'd have to do the math on how old he is in this photo. I don't know how well you can see that, but he is a big fella. I mean, he is still stout, and he's got to be in his mid-70s in this photo, and he's still a big guy. But anyway, he comes up to me. He's like, so what's this crack deal you trying to pull? I started laughing. So I explained it all to him again, and he goes, you're in luck. This is our last stop, and I don't need it anymore. So I was like, this is amazing, So we go, actually, we're walking up towards the building, the gym, actually, that they had built out there for us. And again, I don't know if you can notice in there, but he's kind of red, right? And it's not because he's got a sunburn. He takes it off, He doesn't have any shirt on underneath. We wear T-shirts underneath our jerseys, so when we unbutton it, we have a shirt under there. And he takes it off. He's half naked, and we do our little exchange. We take the picture. And now it's like Q&A, right? So I'm asking him all these, what's it like to be, the owner of the WWE and this and that, and and he's being a real nice guy, and he's answering them all. And then finally, after about 5 questions, he goes, hold on a sec, there, partner. He's like. Let me ask you a question for a change, for a change. And I said, yeah, you're Vince McMahon. You can ask me anything you want. He goes, how long are you going to let me stand here in the freaking cold with no damn jacket on? And I was like, oh, yeah, my bad. I was just so excited that this whole process was going on. I talked the man right out of his shirt. Talked right out of it, And it was 35 degrees outside. This is Iraq. It gets cold. I'm telling you, it'll go from 135, 140 degrees in the summertime to snow. And that's extreme. That's extreme. But it was about 35, 39 degrees outside, and yeah, he's red because he's freezing his butt off, and like a dummy. I was sitting there and I was like, hey, let me ask you another question, Vince. Yeah. But anyway, that's my little Army story. As you can see, I'm wearing my Army hat, my old one. It barely fits my head anymore. Boy, I tell you, I've been retired for some time now, and man, I put on some weight. I got so much fat in my head, I can't even wear my hat anymore. I better hurry up and get done with this video. I'm gonna pass out. I'm cutting the circulation off my head. Got my wife got me this nice shirt. When it was Memorial Day, Veterans Day. and you know, just thought I'd wear that today. I kind of like to do this little theme every time I do a video. I got to go back to the beginning now. You know, I'm running out of sports stuff to wear. So, but let's talk about the agenda. All right, so it's going to be kind of an expensive test, but I decided to put together a lot. I told you in my previous videos that I had almost 10 cards available to send off to get graded again. But what I ended up doing is, because PSA, for, like I've told you a million times, that it holds, it sells. You can take the same exact card and post them both up, and you're gonna get almost twice as much for a PSA graded card, same grade, 10 versus a 9.5 for Beckett. My total bill for Beckett was $437, and I decided to open up a platinum account with PSA, which cost me $249, I think it was. I think I get a free backpack out of that. But it came with 15 free graded cards. I got a voucher for 15 cards, so I went above the 10 that I was trying to build, and I went through my stack and grabbed some more and looked at them really closely, and I did keep note of the ones that I thought, I'm kind of curious, because if they all came back, if they came back a 9 or an 8, I kind of made a mental note that the corner in this one might have been a little smidged. So, excuse me. But I was able to put 15 together, and I'll go over that here in a little bit. But that's gonna be the test. So I gotta hurry up and get these in the mail. They only give you 30 days when you make that voucher. And I don't know if you know this or not, but it's snail mail out there right now. It is so slow, so slow. Then I'll go over what I purchased. I did pick up a few things since our last video. And like I said, I did sell a few things last night and this morning. One of the things also, I'm a big Gold Rush fan. I love watching Gold Rush. When I was in Alaska, the Army moved me 13 times throughout my career. I did 23 years. And one of the places I did go was Alaska. I'm not a big cold fan, this is kind of a contradicting comment, but Alaska was so beautiful. And if it wasn't a million miles away from everything that I love, we would probably move up there. I mean, I just had that much fun. I'm a fisherman, I'm a hunter. And then when I was stationed up there, I mined gold every weekend in the summer. Every chance I got in the summertime, I was out mining gold. And I did very well. And these are just public mining sites. So I'm kind of a Gold Rush and Bering Sea Gold type of guy. But I was watching the top 10, the Gold Rush. And one of the characters on there, Parker, I think he was 16 or 17 years old when his grandfather gave him the business. And one of the clips that they had, Parker was driving one of the big toys, and his grandpa was coming up the road, and he was like, "Man, there comes Grandpa. Now we have the A-Team." And I think he was 92 years old. 92. And he gets out of the truck, and he's got his earplugs, his headset, and he's putting them on, and he goes, "Well, I'm here to do whatever they need me to do." He's 92 years old, and he's putting on his ear protection, and he's climbing into an excavator. I said, now, 92 years old, that just goes to show you, don't let age define your future. I know in some circumstances you don't have a choice, but if you just, medical is medical, but some people do it to themselves. That's my whole point. If you stay active and you keep, on top of things, you're active and all that stuff. The guy, and he was great. I loved every time he made an appearance in any of these shows, because he would always bring a tear to your eye. And when he passed away, I got really emotional, because I really enjoyed the few times I did get to see him on the video. It was really emotional. So, but yeah, he put on his ear protection and jumped into an excavator and started moving dirt. 92 years old. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's just another little thing to get out of the way. I did get a few cards in the mail today. I did have to sign for this one. I got a good feeling. I got a feeling it's gonna be a great, great day. But yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But let's just jump into Beckett versus PSA, shall we? For this, because I got some reading I gotta do. I have to put on my readers. The one bad thing, it was like a light switch. 39 years old, man. I thought I had eyes like an eagle, man. I could see a mouse running through a field a mile away. You know, I wake up 40 years old and I'm like, I can't see nothing. What happened? I turned 40, I can't see nothing. That's basically what had happened. I can still see stuff pretty far, you know, I can still read everything like that, but up close, it's one big, giant, blurry mess. So unfortunately, I gotta put on the old readers. Alright, so let's get into it. Beckett, let's start off with Beckett. So like I said, my total price for Beckett was $438. I submitted 15 cards. They don't have a membership fee or anything like that. And they didn't give you any free vouchers. Real quick, I'll go over the cards I submitted. It was, I did submit a lot of baseball ones with this one, but it was a Riley Green Refractor Auto, a Corbin Coral Sparkle Refractor Auto, J.J. Bleday Blue Wave Auto, C.J. Abrams Refractor Auto, Sammy Sanai Gold Wave Auto, and Will Wilson Refractor Auto, and Alexander Canario Mojo Blue Auto. And then I get into basketball. I submitted one of his Prism Zion, for Zion Williams. I submitted one of his Prisms. And then one of his draft pick Prisms. His Blue Refractor, his Blue Refractor. And then I sent in one of his Optics. And then one of his NBA Hoops. And then I sent in a Kobe White Optic. And that's my 15 cards for them. So now the test is, is PSA as scary as they say they're going to be? I'm telling you, man, they really do scare me. But I figured, you know what? For the sake of YouTube, I will put together a video when these cards come in. I don't know if I'll be able to personally wait. When I talked to PSA yesterday, they said that it takes up to 69 business days. That's not including weekends. So you can't even really put a time frame on that. I mean, that sounds like, I don't know, without doing the math on it, that's about, 4 months, something like that. And Beckett hasn't even touched my cards yet. So, and now I got get these things sent in. When you do this invoice, it tells you right on there, 30 days. If we don't get them within 30 days, you got to redo your invoice. Well, snail mail. I'll have to probably send them registered to get them there faster. You want to do it anyway because the values, you're going to want to insure it and make sure that somebody signs for it. But I'll go over real quick what I submitted to them. I did a Kobe White Red, White, and Blue Prism. I did a Kobe White Mojo Prism, numbered to 49. And then I also did a Kobe White Draft Picks Green Prism, numbered to 140. I'm sorry, 125. And then his Red, White, and Blue Prism. The other Red, White, and Blue one was his Prism. It was a Prism, but it's the one numbered to 99. And then I get into the Zion. I did a Silver Prism from Draft Picks. And then I did his Fireworks. I don't have, oh yeah, right here. Actually, I can show you exactly what I did. Let's just do it this way. This is much better. So I did this card I got in yesterday. This one's numbered to 149. And then here's one of his Prisms. Got two of those. And then I have his Disco. It's not numbered. His Red, White, and Blue Prism. His Mojo Refractor. I got that Zion one PSA 10. That's a hot card. Number 49. This is the neon green one. Like I said, numbered to 125. This is Red, White, and Blue, numbered to 99. This is Zion Silver. This is his basic Fireworks. It's not anything. Pink Prism. Fireworks Disco. Actually, they call them Fast Break, but a lot of people call them Disco too for some reason. I got 2 of those, and then I got 2 of these. So that's my package for PSA, and we'll see which one comes back. We'll try to compare them. PSA, it was $249 for the membership. You get 15 free vouchers, and I hope they don't be like, well, these were free, so you know, if I give you a bunch of 9s, then tough crap. You know, I hope that, you know, they treat these things as if, you know, because I technically paid for them, but they're technically free because I had to pay for a membership. And then, of course, you know, I'm not gonna get into wrapping them for you, but I did create. I'm gonna sandwich them in, not individually, but they'll go in between. I'll tape it off, and then I made these. Thank you, USPS, for your boxes. But then I made it to where you can just kind of fit them right in. This will fit right in, just like that. Pretty clever, huh? I'll put some. I got some peanuts. I'll put it on top and bottom. I'll tape it all up. Put in the invoices and ship this thing off. I'm assuming it's probably going to cost me about $30 to ship this with insurance and registration. And then off it goes. I'm not going to insult your intelligence on how to. I'm not going to sit there and tape it all up for you. And I think you can figure it out on your own. But I mean, make a comment if you want me to do a video on it. I'm sure I'll do it. So let's get right into. We'll see. You know, let's. So it only cost me, and it was $20 for return shipping based on the value of the cards. So I don't know. It was $400 some odd for Beckett for 15, and they're kind of loosey goosey on their grading, I guess, you know, and I guess that's why PSA sells for so much more. Kind of excited to see on what these cards come. I'm a little nervous too because, you know, there's some really nice cards in there. You know, there's 5 cards in there that are, you know, 100 plus. So, you know, but if they come back 10s, those prisms for Zion sell for about. I've seen them sell up for near $600, and like I said, I don't buy them unless I only pay about 130 to 150. So you take 150. I think the average, you know, based on what I paid, the $249 for the membership, based on out of the 15, it comes up to less than $17 per card. So if I can get that, you know, I paid 150 for the card max, and $16 for grading. It comes back at 10. All I need is 110, and everything's paid for. So, you know, the membership fee, you know, the shipping, all that stuff, and then everything else will just hopefully I get a couple 10s in there, and we'll see. But they're tough, man. They're tough. So let's get into what we get in the mail, shall we? Let me get one of my scissors here. Let's see here. I try to feel around, you know. That'd be really bad. You're like, let me see what I got. Half your card falls onto the table. You'd be like, what did I just do? Package in a package. All right, let's see here. Here we go. I'll show you what I got, and then I'll show you what I purchased. All right. Oh, yeah. And hopefully this one looks good. This is that one I was telling you about. I bought it for a couple $100. And then I'll turn around and, hey, man, just like I was talking about, I like those free top loaders. I'm a recyclable guy. That's a silver for the rookies from Optic. The centering, from what I saw in the video and what I can see right here, the centering is perfect. I almost want to redo one of these. Man, if this thing's good, man, I might have to redo my invoice for grading. Whew. No, I don't. Maybe I'll save that for later. No, I need to flip that. I need to flip it. But that was like I said, I got it for a couple $100. And I'm gonna turn around and post it for $450 and see, see what kind of offers I get. But they sell for a lot more than $200. I'll tell you that. Maybe I do need to do a video on how to wrap things up and ship them out properly. Oh, I can't complain. It got here, right? Like you can't. You can't say nothing when it's here. There's cards out there right now that apparently they're somewhere in the system. Don't remember how much I paid for this one, but like I said, I don't pick these up unless they're 15 or less. And then typically the only time I ever really do 15 is, if I get free shipping on it. Because I'm a cheapo SOB. It's the taxes and the shipping and all that stuff. It's ridiculous, If it wasn't for the taxes, I could just turn around and flip these cards, choom, choom, choom. But when you factor in what you pay in taxes, it's ridiculous. Cut myself. Yeah, here we go. Let's just try this. I got a feeling. It's a graded card. Oh, it's here. There it is, folks. PSA 10, Zion Williams, Prism Silver. The holy grail of cards. Now, he's got some jersey autograph ones that will probably end up selling for more than this. But, like I was telling you with that other card, all profit got me this card. I did not come out of pocket at all for this. And that's what makes this special. Because now I get to sit on this card. If I ever needed $3,000 pretty fast, boom, I just post this thing up and get, at least $2,700 back after I pay all my fees. But fast cash. This thing will sell like hotcakes. And the good news is, though, if this card continues to, if he continues to play like I expect him to, there's no doubt in my mind that this won't be, a 15,000 plus card 5 years down the road. Guy wins a couple championships, puts up some good numbers, break a few records and stuff like that. Most consecutive 30-point games or whatever he does. If he does what he's supposed to do, then all of this will be more than worth it. The headaches, the lost cards, the returns, the buying, the late nights on the, bidding on the things and all this other stuff. The holy grail right here, folks. The Zion Silver. I have it in my hands. At least for a little while until I decide to sell it. All right. Boy, I was sweating it for a while there, man. I bought that, and then cards that I purchased after that were coming in the mail. And I was just like, where's my Zion at? Man, can you imagine? Like I said, I don't think I'd stop cursing. If that thing was like, sorry, it's gone, we can't find it, I don't think I'd ever stop cussing. I don't think I ever would. All right, so let's real quick here before we're going to be at about a 30-minute video. So the things I purchased yesterday, I got the red, white, and blue. It looks like this, but it's the red, white, and blue one. I picked that up for 20 bucks. These sell for about $35. I picked it up for 20. I don't have any of these down here to give you an example, but I did pick up his some more Kobe White. I got his Blue Velocity, which is selling crazy. I paid $20 for 3 cards. I got his My House Silver and his NBA Hoops, and then his Blue Velocity from Optic. and I paid $20, and his blue velocity already gets me all my money back and then some. So that was a steal. Not a steal. I'm gonna make about, you know, I'll make about 15-20 bucks off that. Like I said, for a little bit of time. The red, white, and blue one, I'll make some decent money on that. I'm hanging on to him for right now because his stuff seems to be really getting higher. And then I got a much larger lot of a bunch of these. I got 4 more of these, and then I got the red wave one that sells for about 80. This was actually a really good lot. I got his crown numbered to 99, and then I have his red wave of this, and then 4 more of these, and I paid $130 for it. Like I said, so if you do the math on that, it's a pretty good deal, considering these can fetch all the way up to $25 now. So just the 4 of these is $100. The red wave is $85, and then I don't know how much the blue border crown is, but I'm definitely going to make a pretty decent profit on this. And then I bought another Zion Williams draft. It's the green and purple, numbered to 199. And then I picked up another of his green Prism Instant Impacts, and those sell. I can get about $55 for them, and I picked this one up for $30. And then last but not least, I picked up 3 of his Donruss Choice Silver White Infinites, which I got another steal. I got 3 of them. They sell for $45, $50 a piece, and so that's about almost $150 worth of cards, and I picked them up for $50. So I'm gonna make $100 on that. As you can see, just in those cards that I bought yesterday, I have a potential, I would assume, I didn't do the math, about $300 to $400 worth of profit on those, considering especially this one. This one might actually even put it closer to 5. So a good day of buying. I sold a few things. I got a package ready to go to PSA. We'll compare those when we get those back in the mail. Video's at 32 minutes, so I think with that, I will say go blue. And until next time, this is Ken's Cards.